Hello and welcome to a new live stream on my channel. I'm Greeny, this is Greenbox, and we are in another round of virtual roller coaster photography because we cannot leave our homes for obvious reasons. Today I'm joined not by Johannes, not by whoever the last guy was. Today I'm joined by Tyler. Say hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
He's just like me, is I would say a coaster addict, and he also runs a Instagram page with the exact same name. So hello, tell us, who are you?
So my name is Tyler. My home park is Canada's Wonderland in Toronto, and I've been running the Instagram account at Coaster Addicts for the last year and a half, and yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Also, my YouTube channel, I post tips and tricks on actual roller coaster photography, days at parks, all that stuff.
All right. By the way, speaking of his Instagram and YouTube, you will find both in the video description below. Go check it out. All right. So what's the first thing we usually do in a live stream? That's right. We go for a sponsor spot. So guys, head over to coasterpics.com. That's my website where I host all my roller coaster photography pictures and also new virtual roller coaster photography pictures we create together in those live streams. If you really like a picture you see there, you can simply download them and use them as a wallpaper. If that's not enough, you can also get one, print it out and send to you as a display. And now the camera should show it. There's a display. It's a metal sheet you can hang onto your wall with a magnet. And depending on your favorite coaster, you might have the chance to get one through the shop on my site. So check it out, coasterpics.com. All right.
Everyone should go check it out. There's lots of awesome pictures over there.
Thanks. So cheesy sponsor spot is done. And what's the next on our list? All right. That's right. We are going to play GeoGuessr.
Whoa.
Wait, that's Ice Speed.
Oh, it's in Italy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in Italy.
Italy.
It's in Northamptonlandia.
Wait, no. Wait, isn't there a second clone of it?
No way. Is there?
I thought there was, but I'm pretty sure it's Italy.
Park?
I'm pretty sure it's the original one.
On the inside of the, it's the top of Italy. I know.
Yeah. It's Italy. It's Maribilandia. I wanted to go there. I wanted to go there in 2 weeks, but no.
Nope.
Wait, the top. Where is it?
Not Venice, all the way towards the top.
Wait, must be somewhere here. Bologna.
Try one. Try that.
No, that's the wrong one.
There's another park there?
There are like 4 parks. I'm just gonna go for the middle. Ooh. Yeah, more on the coast.
Not far.
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to go there. I'm pissed. Oh man, what is this?
Australia.
Yeet!
Ooh, whoa.
South Africa again.
Africa.
What?
Interesting.
And black again. Okay, I give up.
Okay, get off.
This must be Antarctica. Yeah, sure. It was
be.
What was it? What was it? Denver area.
Denver.
So
What
what's
park
there?
was it? Lakeside Amusement Park. Never heard of it.
I did. Well, yeah, that was even greater than the last one. Okay, I guess that's a sign to jump into NoLimits.
Oh, that time I got stuck on Millennium Force.
Exactly. What was that? What was that about?
Yeah. So funny story. It was my 6th ride of the day on Millennium Force.
Okay,
my
so
3rd day at Cedar Point.
As long as it's not the first ride ever.
No, it was my 6th. Oh, look, Night Coaster just joined the chat.
Hey, Night Coaster, what's up?
What's up?
By the way, if you are here, does this elevate my level to not general public?
GP, not
GP.
Yeah, okay. So, it was my 3rd day at Cedar Point. We're riding Millennium Force for the 6th time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rainy day, and I feel they're about to shut down because like it was like some pretty bad rain. But we were lucky, and it let up just before our ride. And this wasn't our front row ride. This was a different. So, what happened was we we were headed up the lift hill, and someone very smartly decided to unbuckle their seatbelt.
Wait, on the lift hill?
On the lift hill, they decided to unbuckle their
This
seatbelt.
is possible?
Not their lap bar, their seatbelt.
No, yeah, the seatbelt. But I know that some intermeans, for example, I think Goliath has like a locking system.
Really?
I at least think so.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Yeah,
I never tried it.
Yeah, you're able to undo your seatbelt. So this person, I don't know if there's like sensors to let the control panel know when it gets undone, or if they saw on the camera.
I don't think there are sensors for that. Yeah.
No, it was probably like, you know, they have cameras on the lift hill sometime. They saw the person like trying to like struggle to open it. And obviously, like, they wouldn't fall out without it, right? Like, the seatbelt doesn't do much other than, like, make you feel safe. Because if that lap bar comes undone, you're in the seatbelt saving.
Yeah, if the lap bar comes undone, you're done.
Yeah.
But I would not fear that on an intermean, to be honest.
Not on many coasters, no. So, yeah, so the person goes, they undo their seatbelt. Like, a very smart person goes and undoes their seatbelt. And they get alerted on the, whatever, the ride stops on the toe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, whatever. We're, like, just chilling here. A couple minutes pass. We assume they're gonna... So some person actually happened. Next, they get in the bucket on the side of the ride. And they start going up the elevator lift, because Millennium Force has that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're on their way up, and what happens then is basically they instruct the person, like the ride ops did a good job, and they instructed the person to put back on their seatbelt, and the ride would resume, right?
Okay.
So literally, they put back on their seatbelt, okay? The people go down, and they try and start up the ride. But for some reason, after they e-stop the ride, during the e-stop, something happened in the system. There was some fault in the system.
Oh no. Oh no.
So the ride was stuck on the lift hill, lap bars done up, and people wanted to get off, right? Because at that point, the rain came back and it started drizzling, and people thought it was going to start pouring, and they were all freaking out or whatever. And we're just sitting about 200 feet up, Millennium Force's lift hill, and it was freezing that day. It was like in August, but still, because it was a
up there. It's freezing. I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're 200 feet up, and you have to remember where Millennium Force is located. It's right on the lake.
Yeah, I know. You get the full winds.
Yeah, so you're getting full winds plus more because you're near the lake, right? So we're just sitting there. Like an hour goes by, I pull out my phone and I call my mom sitting down there, and she just turned around and she realizes that we haven't come back. She thought there was just a line or whatever, right? So me and my brother are sitting on Millennium Force. Hours gone by, and she realizes, starts freaking out because she like gets scared about that stuff. Thinks something's like really wrong with the ride. Like obviously nothing could have happened to us.
No, sure, yeah. By the way, was it at the top, or was it like in the middle?
Like 200 feet up. It was like in the middle.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
Maybe a little bit past the middle.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just sitting. We're sitting there, and what's it called? And she comes over, runs up the exit, starts freaking out at the ride ops who like are not doing anything because like the engineers are like
they can't
the
exactly.
technicians are working.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they don't know much, but so whatever. We're sitting there, she's freaking on them, and eventually we're stuck for so long. You know, Jason, the general manager of Cedar Point.
Yes.
Jason McGlargay or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I follow him on on Twitter. Yeah.
He ends up there, and she's talking to him. And I FaceTime her because I see her at the bottom just raging. So I FaceTime her and see what's up. And she puts him on FaceTime with my brother.
Nice.
My brother's on FaceTime with one of the head technicians and general manager of Cedar Point.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And she's freaking out there. So eventually what happened, it was after about an hour and a half, they ended up doing an evac because they couldn't get the ride started up again. Because like the whole thing, my mom was like, just take them off.
Wait. You got an evacuation on the lift hill of Millennium Force.
Wait 1 second. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So she's freaking out on them, and their whole story is that it's a lot more dangerous for us to do a manual evacuation than to just leave them up there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sitting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is true.
Yeah.
I get that. She does understand that, right? Because she obviously doesn't know how coasters work. She thinks we're in danger when we're sitting up there.
Oh,
when
man.
we're not. We're just bystanders on the basically.
Yeah, sure.
So whatever. Eventually, enough people are freaking out there. There's this other little girl behind us. Like we're like second back row. She was back row, just like crying. bawling her eyes out with her dad, and he was like calling someone down below.
Oh,
Right, so everyone's freaking out on the train. They don't know what's going on. Right, it's funny. Yeah. So then we ended up being the first ones off because we were the only like kids and that girl behind. Right.
Yeah.
So we ended up. They came up in the bucket. They strapped us in the harness. Then manually used some weird screwdriver key thing to unlock the restraint.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we went in the harness, got in the bucket, and went down.
I'm so jealous at you right now.
Yeah, that evac ended up taking 3.5 hours after we were off for everyone to get off.
Oh my god.
Because it probably took them 20 minutes per person to like strap them all up and do thing. And we were 3 in the bucket, but since there's all the other people there, right? And they're a lot heavier than me and my brother and this girl are together because they're like full adult, they're big people, right? They're like a lot of big guys were on there. So they were what's it called? Getting they had to take them off 2 people at a time, and that train had like 32 people on it. And they had to take them off 2 at a time, taking 20 minutes to just unload and then go all the way down. And then at the bottom they had like water and food waiting for us. But the best part is, when we got down, since my mom was talking to Jason, no one else got this on the train, he sent us over to one of the park managers in retail. And she ended up giving us, we got 4 exit passes for Steel Vengeance.
Oh my god,
which had been down the first 3 days. And it was just our down the first 2 days. And we ended up getting exit passes. So the fast lane line's usually like half an hour minimum on Steel Vengeance.
Yeah.
Right, so we ended up getting exit passes, 4 for Steel Vengeance, and then 12 more for the whole rest of the park.
Oh,
those 4 were valid because the regular exit passes just aren't valid. And then for the last 2 days of our trip, she gave us all 4 of my family fast lanes, fast lane plus for our other 2 days there. So that's 8 fast lanes. And we already had, because we have platinum passes with our unlimited dining and everything. Right? But she then gave us food vouchers so we could get 4 full meals per day.
I'm not just jealous. Not anymore.
It's not over yet. Okay. Then she took us to the main gift shop.
Oh no.
And I got a Steel Vengeance hoodie, which retails at $60 US. A Steel Vengeance hoodie. And then I got a Maverick shirt. And then I got a Cedar Point shirt. Which was like almost $150.
I think I know you enough already to say the evac would have been enough. It would have been great enough for you.
It really would have.
But you get all those goodies because this was such a terrible, bad experience.
I know, and all because she went and got the guy and Jason and FaceTime.
Man. Oh man.
I'm looking for the picture of this stuff.
That's a freaking awesome story.
Oh, she also. Oh, wait, there's more. I forgot. So I looked at the picture. She also. My mom was talking to them for a while, so they knew our home park was Canada's Wonderland. Since that's also Cedar Fair Park, they're like, oh, it is. They contacted the GM of Canada's Wonderland.
Stop making me more jealous. Wonderland.
On my pass, they had 8 Fastlane Pluses waiting for us when we got back to use for the rest of the season, the last 2 months of the season. So all of my visits at the end of the year were Fastlane. And I ended up getting 50 plus rides on Leviathan in the last 2 weeks of the park opening.
You know, there are things which are hate, and there are things which are which you cannot describe in words.
Yeah,
man, how awesome!
Point did an amazing job there. And yeah, so we ended up getting 10 rides on Steel Vengeance in 2 hours when the line was 2.5 hours.
Oh my god!
The line, yeah, because it was down our first 2 days that we were there, and it was only open for an afternoon. And it happened to be the afternoon after we got off.
And Night Coaster says Cedar Point is treating the customers right. That's true.
They really are.
That's true.
Yeah, but then when we were with Jason, we were with the engineer, and we got him to actually call the people that are in charge of working strictly on Steel Vengeance, and they told us when it was going to open. because it was been down our whole trip. And he said, I'll make sure for you guys that it's open this afternoon. We weren't planning to, but for you guys, we'll make sure it happens.
Wow.
So Steel Vengeance wouldn't have been open other than the morning that we were leaving for the 2 rides we went to go get before we left.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Colton, 42 rides on Fury in one day.
Yep, that's nice. Impressive. That's crazy. I remember that I got like 8 rides on... No, it wasn't 8, it was 6. I got 6 rides on Shambhala without leaving the seat.
I got 5 on Behemoth. B&M Hyper at one
I really love the policy of most parks with B&Ms that you can actually keep your seat. I love that.
Yeah. Some ride ops know the rules, but some rage when you do that. But then I just tell them. And then, but some ride ops are like, because I'm there so much, especially at Leviathan, that they know me. Like this one ride op, I was actually talking with him yesterday on a call. His name is Nathan, and every time he just gave us like 2 extra clicks of room. On our
Nice.
clamshells. 2 clicks of airtime.
2 clicks, nice.
2 extra clicks. Sometimes 3. So once I had 3 extra clicks because he was securing our seats. So we had 3 extra clicks back row on Leviathan. And there was so much room. All the ride outs were like all clear. So they cleared their sections. And then as we were pulling out, the person in the station gave an X and came out of the booth, jumped out of the booth, came to my restraint, jumped on it like 3 times to push it all the way down and staple me really hard. And then said, "All clear," and dispatched. And Nathan was just laughing in the background.
Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. Well, yeah. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
B&Ms, I like to be stapled in them. I like that more than having the clicks, to be honest.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes.
What does suck about them is that even if you have the clicks, and like if you want the clicks and you have the clicks, if you don't use, like what I do now when I ride and I have clicks is I have one hand on the restraint and one hand up.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, on the drop it's down. Before the first drop, like cresting the drop, it closes, it staples you.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful with that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have clicks, you also have to make sure your friend sitting beside you doesn't slam it down on you, because that's happened to me multiple times.
By the way, I once got stung by a bee on a B&M one. It was like, how the fuck did this happen? and I got stung in the back.
How did it stick on you for long enough to sting you?
I have no idea. I don't want to know.
Some pretty insane grip. Did you feel it when it was on you?
On me, no, but when it happened, yes, I felt something. I thought, okay, it's nothing. Maybe it's just something.
Something, a pebble.
Yeah, maybe it's just getting extremely cold there because I don't know, whatever. And when I then ended, I was like, man, this was something. Something was there. And when I went home, I checked my bag, and there was such a big swollen spot. I was like, okay.
On your back too.
Yeah, wow. On my back. Yes, on my back.
Wow.
I don't know what happened and how it happened, but it happened. By the way, speaking of things that happen on B&M, have you ever tried... Oh shit, that was the perfect moment I missed. Dang it. Have you ever tried to hold your hands behind onto your headrest while going through an airtime hill?
I have an on-ride picture of me on Leviathan's crazy speed ejector hill doing that.
That's so awesome. I don't know what it is, but it's so awesome to do that.
Your arms are just like up, and you're like,
yeah.
The under of your arms are like, the under of your like biceps are exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And like that doesn't like get the air of their eye. Yeah, I have done that multiple times. Yeah,
it's fun. Oh, and I remember on an Intermin.
Yeah.
Well, no. First go to B&M. Go to Shambhala.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but do you know the layout somewhat?
Somewhat.
Okay, so there's the first drop, the nice hill, the spiral, and then the airtime bump, the small one. And I don't know what happened, but someone, I assume, had M&Ms in his pocket.
Oh boy.
And over the airtime bump, they somewhat became loose. And so over the airtime bump, I see some colorful points floating around. I was like, what the fuck? But I didn't give it more notice. Then when the train went into positive cheese, it went down. It settled just so smooth. Went on the bottom plate, went up again. In the airtime, when the airtime kicked, they came up again. And it did this for like 3 drops. Like it perfectly came up and landed and came up and landed just in spot perfectly. And then as soon as the left turn to the mid brake came, whoosh, and gone they were there.
once on Leviathan again, of course, everything happens there. It was on one of the last airtime hills, and a phone came out of someone in the second row.
I had that too.
And someone in my row caught it.
Whoa! Okay, that's awesome.
Like, floated in the air for 3 seconds, and then they caught it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Watched it, and then you know what my friend started doing towards the end of the year, which was really bad, but it looked really cool. On Leviathan's huge, like, monster, it's like a 220-foot floater hill. They held a coin, like a little coin, and it flew up, and it looked like it was in slow motion, and then came down.
Exactly. This stuff looks like slow motion. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
We had this
by accident once. They started doing it on purpose.
I had the situation on Expedition GeForce, the Intermin one.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
It's
like people say it's a better version of
Millennium. Have you you never went to Europe, right?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
So we were there with I guess it was a user meetup of a coaster forum back in the days when forums were a thing. And we were on it, we were enjoying it, and suddenly, like the last airtime bump before the amp brake, which get pretty nice airtime, somebody was screaming, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, ride is done, scream louder. And then someone behind me was saying, oh my god, have you seen the phone? I was like, no, what? Yeah, there was a phone. There was a phone flying. Okay, I don't know. But the nice thing is, the last airtime bump is the photo session, the photo section.
Oh, it is. No way, the phone.
Yes, and there is a picture of my friend sitting in the seats and just pointing up, and you see at the top corner of the picture a flying phone.
That is really awesome.
Someone bought the photo, but I have no copies of it. But oh my god, that was so awesome. That moment, just hilarious.
That's what I watch. Not what I watch. What's it called? My favorite thing about my Cedar Fair Platinum Pass is that I have.
Wait a sec. Cedar Fair Platinum Pass. That's for every Cedar Fair park, right?
Every Cedar Fair park, yeah, I have that, right? And I've had it for the last 2 years, and I have all my pictures from every single Cedar Fair park included.
Oh, like the photo pass. All right, yeah, get
it's
it.
called Fun Pics. I paid like $40 per year, and I get unlimited digital photos.
Yeah, I was wondering if I should do that for Disney too, but then I was like,
Well, is it worth it for you? How many times you go, right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, when I have the annual pass, like now, this year, I mean, last year I stayed 6 nights, so I was around 8 days in Disney.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really worth it because the pass there is, I guess, 120 more. So I don't know if that's really worth it.
Yeah.
Especially.
How much did you say it costs?
The what? The annual pass? Or the photo? The annual pass is, I'm not sure anymore. I guess it's $300 for the second biggest.
Wow.
And 120 more for the photo pass included.
120, wow.
But I'm not sure anymore. But it was just too much to say, yeah, no, sure thing, let's do it. That's it.
The Cedar Fair Platinum Pass, fully upgraded, which is like what I had last year.
By the way, Night Coaster, yes, it seems you're the only one in the chat.
It's okay.
Even though there are 7 viewers, just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to your Cedar Fair.
Yeah. So on the Platinum Pass, I like it. So it comes with, well, it doesn't come with, like, it comes with just the pass itself, right? But then there's all the add-ons you can get on for it. So what I had last year was I had the all-season dining, which is you get 2 meals per day, 2
And
full meals.
That's something Europe hasn't yet. Dining.
Yeah, and it's only $90 for 2 full meals every time, and then on top of that, I had a drink plan, which is $25, and every 15 minutes you can get a cup for a soft drink. You don't have to carry around those big bottles. You can just get a soft drink cup every 15 minutes,
Man,
which helped me a lot because
Europe
I didn't get pop all the time. Yeah, I just got water sometimes, right? Like I just filled a cup with from the Pepsi machines, whatever, right? But it's so easier because I don't have to carry around a bottle with me. Right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I had that, and then I had my fun pics as well, which was all my pictures, and I had like well over 250 pictures by the end of the year.
But wait, how do you get them? Ah, damn it! I just missed the coaster. How do you get them with the fun pics? Is it the digital copy or is it the printout?
Yeah,
what is it?
It's just digital. It's just digital, but then you get prints for like $2.
Okay.
Or like $5 or something like that.
I would still consider it worth it though.
It's definitely worth it. For the 250 I get each season approximately.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's definitely worth it. And like if there's a really good one, I'll go and I'll print it myself. For a lot.
Sure, why not? Yeah. I mean, I have to be honest. I usually am not a person who takes a photograph
Pictures
of the screen pictures because I understand they don't want us to do that, and I understand that this is a source of income, and I understand it. And I, as somebody who takes photographs, I understand I want the best quality. Okay, but still, my Twitter, my Twitter picture is like a screen grab, and that's for like the last year now. Just me sitting in Space Mountain Mission 2 or Hyperspace Mountain now, memeing a scream. It's so funny.
What I did sometimes, which is, so when there was like a big line and I wanted to like go marathon coaster that had no line, what I would do is I would just take a picture of the screen, whatever, right? And then I would come back like when there's no one there, and I would say, here's the number, because on every Cedar Fair park, they have the number in the corner of the picture, which they can go on their computer and just look it up at any time. Hey, Ben's on.
Hey,
Negative G's.
Negative Cheese. What is he called on Instagram? Maybe I know him too.
That's the same.
Same. Oh.
Instagram.
Yep. Maybe when I see the picture, because I'm so bad with names, I'm gonna check it out later.
Yeah.
But I most likely I most likely follow him already.
Yeah. So what was I saying? So I took the picture, and then I go back to them, and I say, here's my pass, because like to get the pictures on, like when you go to the photo place and you tell them which one it is, and then they just scan your season's pass or your app, like your phone app, and it's just in your account, and you could go download it whatever afterwards, each picture. But so what I did is I would just go, I would take a picture, and then I say, like when it's not busy, I show them the picture I took of their screen, and then I say, can you put this on my FunPix account? They'll be like, why'd you take a picture? I'm like, I already paid for this picture in advance, technically, right? Because you can see my FunPix account has like 1,000 pictures in it from over the time, right? I'm like, you clearly see that I pay for them. So I'm not gonna wait. I'm paying for customer service, so I'm not gonna wait here, sit in this line when I could be riding, right?
Yeah. I totally get that.
No one's ever had an issue with that. No one's had an issue when I told them that. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
And if they told me that at Wonderland, I say, okay, I know the GM, the director of communications, the director of aerial digital marketing, everything. Yeah,
you're just pulling Karen.
No, a couple times I'm scared. Okay, that. A couple times. Only when it's bad. Like when they like try and tell me I'm not allowed to do something. I'll say, oh, okay, I'll go confirm that with Grace Speak. I'll go to the office afterwards. I said that twice on Leviathan
So
when they tried to do something. When they wouldn't let me re-ride, I said, oh, would you like me to go talk to Grace Speak? And like everyone who works at the park knows who that is.
They of course knows who's yeah. By the way,
the director of communications.
Talking of Cedar Fair in general,
yeah.
I, as a not native, which parks are in Cedar's lineup currently? Sure, there's kind of Wonderland. There is which parks? Cedar Point.
Kings Island.
Oh, Kings Island too.
Carowinds.
Okay.
Yeah, Carowinds, which is where Fury is.
Yeah.
Knott's Farm, if you want to go to California.
Oh, they one too.
There's one more in Florida. I think Elitch Gardens, but it's not like on the main it's technically like it's owned by Cedar Fair, but they're their own brand.
Okay, yeah.
Like you can still use all your Cedar Fair stuff. I don't know if Ben, if you're in the chat, want to confirm that.
And how expensive is the Cedar Fair Platinum
Not
Pass?
bad. It's I think 220 Canadian. So like
my
in
God, that's
American,
nothing.
that's like 190.
Oh my God, that's nothing.
And that gets you to like I think it's 13 parks.
Yeah, because me and my friends, we originally planned to do
your American trip.
American trip in 2021. We will do it in 2022 most likely, because 21 will be the Italy and Poland trip, which was postponed 1 year. And the problem is, we kind of settled on this East Coast trip.
Yeah.
But I was thinking for a long time, because we said from the beginning, hey guys, we have to do Cedar Point and we have to do Canada's Wonderland, just because they are so awesome parks not to miss. And I was thinking, hey, why don't we just do a tour where we only go for Cedar Fair parks with this?
Yeah, because that's a lot cheaper for you.
Exactly, so we can save up on the entry passes, and maybe then next year or 2 years later do a trip where we do the same thing with Six Flags, because I know Six Flags has such an offering too.
Yeah, they have a similar thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which I assume would come way cheaper. Maybe not way cheaper, but we might have to use the money we would otherwise spend for the parks for flights. But I figured that flights inside the country isn't that expensive. So we might save on that. Yeah, I guess I need to tell them to do that.
You just have to like plan your route, which isn't hard. And if you're gonna hit Cedar Fair parks, you might want to do like, are you guys willing to do like a lot of driving?
Well, look, the thing is, we usually do all over parks by public transport, but we know
you're not going to be able to do public transport.
Exactly. We know that America is not really the most friendly region when it comes to public transport. So we know that we will drive a lot, but we also said if possible we take flights.
So like if you wanted to drive from Toronto to California, like for example, if you wanted to do Canada's Wonderland in Knott's Berry Farm, that's like a 40+ hour drive.
I know. No, we wouldn't do something like that. If that's the case, we'd say, okay, let's get the cheapest flight.
Actually,
just do it.
What would be smart is you do whatever's cheaper first. You have to look at all these flights in advance, right? You do from you guys to either go to California or you come to
Orlando,
Ohio, Canada.
Okay, that would be. Yeah,
there's no Cedar Fair parks in Florida.
Ah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Florida one was the original plan, right?
No. Yeah, or if you want to go to Florida, you can get what's called a SeaWorld Platinum Pass, and you could do SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and then you could go to San Antonio and do, and you could do, there's SeaWorld parks there, so you can go to Texas and Florida, hit SeaWorld parks, right? Yeah, or if you wanted to do the Cedar Fair, you could fly into either, like, near Ohio to Toronto, like that general region, which is, like, towards the bottom of the country, or you could go to the top, whatever side, I don't remember what it is, and go to California, start there, and then do all the California West Coast parks, and then head over, fly across U.S., and go to you can do Ohio, you can do Kings Island, Canada's Wonderland, and Cedar Point within a 9-hour drive.
I guess the thing which is our main restriction is time. We usually don't have more time than 10 days because our jobs and stuff. So we have to plan extremely extremely well. And especially because my friends, there are people that say, okay, if the park is bigger, we take 2 days. And I'm someone who says, hey, when it's possible, I do 3 parks a day, but that's not everyone's thing.
It's not really possible. Yeah, it's not really possible with Cedar Fair parks.
Yeah, with Cedar Fair, I assume so, but in Orlando, I think 3 a day would be doable.
Oh, you definitely can. You definitely can do it in in Orlando. You can definitely do.
I assume so, yeah.
Thing. But only, like, it would be very quick. You'd be very limited with your time parks. Because, like, the drive from Busch Gardens to SeaWorld is an hour. Right? Like, Florida's a big state, and there's a lot of gaps in between.
By the way, speaking of time and doing it, are you for or are you against fast passes?
I think if you're doing 1 day at a park, get it, and it's busy, right? Because if you're doing 1 day at a park, that's your one time. You want to get as much in as you can, and that's your experience, right? That can totally make or break your experience. Like my first 2 days at Cedar Point, I paid for Fastlane. Even though I was there for 3 days, it was just so busy, and I wanted to get as much in on everything as I could. Right? It's worth it. You have to take account, like, it's a big cost usually, yeah, but for the experience it'll add, you can then do double the amount of rides plus taking pictures time. Right?
That's nice, because that's exactly my argumentation. If I go to a park, I want to ride and shoot pictures. I do not want to literally waste time sitting in lines, not be able to take great pictures. I can take okayish picture, but not great ones, and not riding. Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
So we're on the same page here. Nice.
Completely, yeah.
And Night Coaster is back. So let's dive into the chat real quick. What did I miss? It's like 7 hours from Kings to Corwins. Okay, from Okay, yeah. Dominion. Only 3 to 4 hours between the okay. And
yeah, no. If you're doing it in under 10 days, you would definitely need to do the West Coast or do the more like, I don't even remember what it's called.
Exactly.
Considered. Because you can do Kings Island, Cedar Point, or if you wanted a really short trip, but like for you coming from so far, I don't think it's worth it to just do 3 parks, right? Like, because if you really wanted to, you could do.
Speaking of that, with my friends, it's most likely not possible because they really want to enjoy the trip. I mean, if I have to, for example, I last summer I did a tour through Europe, through Sweden to Germany, Switzerland, everything, and I legit had a day, like the last day of my trip. It was a 7-day trip. The night before, I flew into the top of Germany and went there on the coast to a theme park. Then after the theme park, I headed to the train station. At the evening, I sat into the train. Not a nice sleeper train or something. Just a normal train. Sat in the train, drove through the night, like until 6 in the morning. At the bottom end of Germany, had like maybe 1.5 hours sleep, and went to the next theme park. I mean,
wow.
Go with that. Yeah, exactly. I can do that stuff, but with my friends, I don't think so. And speaking of that, I have this, I call it emergency plan, where I say if I get a flight from my place to New York and back for less than $300, I'm going to do it. Because if I get that, I will be able to get what is the mall called where the Nickelodeon thingy is in?
Nickelodeon, that's in New Jersey, but it's like next door to New
That's
York.
2 hours.
So if you fly into JFK, which is like the main New York airport, like the biggest international one, or is JFK, whatever, LaGuardia, they're both the same thing. They're both the 2 airports in New York. New Jersey's probably like less than an hour drive away.
Exactly, and my plan is like to do that as well as Six Flags Great America
and Darien Lakes within that like 5 hours.
Exactly,
probably.
And maybe if I go for a rental car.
Canada's Wonderland's an 8-hour drive.
Nah, that's too far away. But isn't Corwins or what?
Corwins is even farther.
No.
Corwins is probably a 10 hours away.
Something else is there which is pretty interesting. No, Hershey's should be close
Park
by.
is in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's not too far.
It's like a 6-hour drive or something. So
6? Yeah, not too bad.
Or even less. So if you say, okay, I go for one night to that region, go like there, do the Hershey's, go back to the airport next day and fly back, I would totally do that. And then I have like four parks with like 20 counts or something.
That would make for a crazy YouTube video.
Man.
Parks in 24 hours.
Look, the thing is that speaking of YouTube videos, I used to do like vlogs, daily vlogs and stuff, but not really coaster related. I can totally pull that shit off.
Yeah.
But
I've never done daily. Like I have done vlogs. Like when I do stuff.
I mean, I also did like for last summer, no, the year before. I did a vlog when we went to Disney for 5. We did the Paris area with 3 days Disney Park, Asterix, and one more. I can't remember anymore. And I did daily vlogs there, but I never ended up finishing them in editing and uploading them just because I think they're so mediocre and it's so boring to do it alone. And so I settled on photos. And if I would do vlogs again, I assume I would not have the time for photos, and that sucks too.
Well, like, what I considered is, like, I would always, like, well, what I did at Cedar Point was, if you're on such a time limit, it's kind of hard. But, like, I would, I don't know. It's like, I was, like, recording video footage constantly when I was out and about at Cedar Point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was also taking pictures, but I had so much time, right? So one day I did my straight vlog, which was my first day, when I was also just going around looking for spots. Right? So I don't have a really valid argument for that. That's a good point.
I mean, I'm sure you know, I don't know his first name, but Coaster Studios.
Terra baby.
Okay, he does a pretty good job on having nice atmospheric shots with a nice grading and
but what he does, he's a very good cinematographer. What he does is he has people that go with him. He never goes to a park by himself.
Really?
So even when he's vlogging, he'll always have like someone else helping him.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah, and what I wanted to say is, since I am a professional cinematographer, I work in advertisement.
Oh yeah.
I have this. I need to do it right. I need to get nice shots. I need to do like
definitely.
if I would work for a customer, and that needs time and perfection, and that's two things which you do not have at a theme park when you don't go for like 3 days.
Completely, yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I cannot start to do such content on YouTube because I don't have the time for it. I mean, if they will pay me, that's not a story, but they don't.
Then you wouldn't have to worry about your admissions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because when you do stuff like that, like, parks give you free admission. Like, the times I've done any, like, paid shoots, like, parks usually don't pay.
Okay, tell me one thing, because I never heard something like this in my area. Yeah. How do you go? How do you reach out to a park to get admission for shooting photos? What is your pitch to them?
Shooting photos, I don't know. I have a couple. I've gotten fast lanes, but like.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What it mainly is like I've never actually. It's not for pictures though. That's my thing, right? Like I can try when I go. Because like Cedar Fair parks, I don't bother because I know most of them, the big ones, don't really care about your little tiny page.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's 3,000 people to them? Like, for me, yeah, I don't know. Wonderland has this really amazing line of, like, directors and customer service people.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they're that really care about that kind of stuff. So they've been really nice in terms of me, which I'm lucky inviting me to stuff. But do you know Coaster Kids, the YouTube channel?
I know that Coaster Kids is a thing, but I haven't watched stuff
It's not like now. Like I've been the Canadian rep for the last probably year and a half.
Okay.
And since we've switched to, it's called Thrills United, a new YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's more not focused around amusement parks, which it still is, but like just doing fun, thrilling, and enjoyable things, right, with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I've I had a couple. Let me see if I can find the one from Rond. What I did was like I would go and I would reach out to these parks here. Coaster Addict scene. Wrong. No, but I emailed them basically. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So I sent them an email and it said, "Hello, I'm in the process of planning a visit to your park shortly. I'm the Canadian representative of Coaster Kids. If you're not aware, Coaster Kids is a YouTube channel with over 28,000 subscribers and over 6 million views.
Okay.
I'll be making a few videos which will give your park tons of free advertising to thousands of people. In exchange, I would like to ask if you could provide complimentary admission or flash passes for my group of 4. If not, don't worry about it. But if you can, that would be amazing. Thanks so much."
Okay, I see what your pitch is. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she responded, like their director of communications, and wrote, "Hi Tyler, hope you are well. We would be happy to have you. We are so happy to have you at Laurent, and I can arrange some skip the line tickets for you and your guests. when will you be visiting? I didn't end up going, but I had the offer.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, we are streaming for over an hour now. Now is the question, do we get a hard end or do we get a few more minutes? Because I have a story like that to share too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess it's about you. What do you think?
Exactly, for sure.
Okay.
Contact. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we are live for 1.5 hours. I guess that's enough for today. Thanks for everyone. So. Thanks for coming. Thanks for you, Tyler.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. happily anytime again. So any famous last words, any pitches you want to do here in the stream?
Any famous last words? Be brave and ride on. Keep riding coasters.
Yeah, keep riding coasters.
That's not my quote. Don't worry about it. I didn't make that quote. That's Coaster Kids.
Okay, cool.
I have shirts that say that. A lot of them.
All right. So thanks for being here. I guess we will.
Thank you very much.
We will do this again because we have 6 more coasters in this park, by the way, and we can do an episode where we talk about our cameras or something. Yeah. Anyway.
Definitely, I would love to do that.
So everyone,
maybe in a video, like just record like a straight regular video.
Sure.
For my channel.
If you have an idea for a collab on your channel,
definitely
feel free. I'm here, and
let's do it.
And there is a ton of stuff I can say about camera stuff.
Oh yeah, you probably definitely know more than I do.
Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so see ya.
A7 III.
Bye.
Bye.